Okay, we're back in session. We're gonna call C 2974-24-C, State of Texas versus Jesus Sosa. Speak English, Mr. Sosa? Habla inglés? No, okay, he's Spanish speaking. Laura, I just ask that you go slowly so that the interpreter can do the translations.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed.
Your Honor, this is a state jail felony, criminal mischief. And the bond is set at $10,000 cash as surety. I understand he has an ICE hold, but I don't believe he has any felony history. So I'm asking the court to consider any amount of reduction.
What says the state?
Your Honor, we would be opposed to a bond reduction, given the fact that the defendant has an ICE hold.
This is the damage to the police vehicle, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name. Put your hand down. How old are you? 38. What city do you live in? How long have you lived there? Where were you living before that? How long were you living in FAR?
8 years.
What's the bond currently set at, 10,000?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's correct, Judge.
Bond will be reduced to $3,000 cash surety. Mr. Sosa, you understand that there's an immigration hold on your case. If you make bond, there's a good chance that you will be deported. You understand that? You'll also have this case pending. If you do not show up in the future, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that? Anything else, Laura?
Your Honor, I believe that concludes my business for this most honorable court. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Put Trejo on the screen. Next case we're gonna call is C 2963-24-C, State of Texas versus Daniel Morales, Lauro Trejo. Mr. Morales, you speak English?
Yes, sir.
Where's
Good
Lauro?
afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Lauro Trejo here for Mr. Morales. We're here on one count, Judge, third-degree felony theft. The bond is currently set at $100,000. My client cannot afford to make that. He is a U.S. citizen. He lives in Edinburgh with his wife and 3 kids. We're asking the court to order a $5,000 cash surety. He also has 2 misdemeanor cases that have been filed. One of the misdemeanor cases has the bond set at $50,000. So we'll be asking for a reduction in that court at a later point.
What says the state?
Your Honor, we are in agreement to reduce the theft from $100,000 cash or surety to $50,000 cash or surety.
Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Daniel Morales,
Where do you live, sir?
Edinburgh,
How long have you lived there?
a couple months now.
Where were you born?
Corpus?
You have family here in Hidalgo County?
No, sir. Just my wife and my 3 kids.
You have a job?
I currently lost it due to incarceration.
Where were you working?
At Lowe's.
Where?
Lowe's?
Truck stop?
Yes, sir.
What did you do there?
Maintenance man.
priors? I didn't see anything.
No, sir.
Veronica?
Your Honor, on this defendant, I show multiple unless I have the wrong NCIC. I show an assault in 2014, burglary of building in 2013, prohibited substance or item in a correctional or civil commitment facility, unauthorized use of vehicle, manufacturing debris, DWI with child under 15, and engaging in criminal activity.
Those all in Hidalgo County? Because I only see a man back from 2017.
So it looks like there's some as outstanding thing from or cases in Sulphur, Louisiana, Judge. And then maybe it's most of them are juvenile out of our Kerr County and Berks County, Judge, as well, Duval County.
Okay, all right. Are you currently on probation or parole, sir?
No, sir.
Have you been on probation or parole?
Probation whenever I was like 18.
Bond will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety. Anything else, Mr. Trejo, on that case?
Not on that case, Judge. I have one more case.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Have a seat. The next case we're gonna call is C 2964-24-L State of Texas versus Alma Rocha. You speak English, Ms. Rocha?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Trejo, this is your motion. She is English speaking. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. This is a state jail felony. This is actually, my understanding, a Class C charge that's been enhanced to a state jail. The bond is currently set at $20,000. My client has no prior felonies, at least not in Hidalgo County that I could see. She lives in Donna, Texas. She takes care of 3 of her grandchildren. We have an address. We have some contact information, Judge. We're asking for a PR bond.
It says the state.
Your Honor, we are okay in reducing it to a $2,000 cash or surety bond. She does have prior federal history for smuggling charges.
Raise your right hand, man. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name. How old are you, ma'am?
I'm gonna be 50.
What city do you live in?
And
How long have you lived there?
more than 10 years.
You own or rent?
No, that's my mother's house.
You have a job? Gonna order random UAs through probation, going to get drug tested when they contact you, understand? You don't show up, you come back to jail, is that clear? One in this case will be reduced to $3,000 PR with random UAs. You have a seat, ma'am. Anything else on that case, Lauro?
Nothing further, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, I believe Juan Zamora's here for Tracy Evans.
Next case we're gonna call is C 2980-24-J, State of Texas versus Alicia Morales. Speak English, Ms. Morales? Nereida Martinez, there you are.
Yes,
You may proceed, ma'am.
thank you, Judge. Judge, my client is charged at this time with sexual assault of a child. She has 3 children, Judge, a female, 8 years old, a male, 7 years old, and another male, 1.5 years. She cannot make this $50,000 bond. She is a U.S. citizen. We'd ask the court to consider reducing her bond to $5,000 cash or surety. She is ready, willing, and able to participate in the AIP program. She doesn't live near the alleged victim in this case. And so she would just like an opportunity to be able to get out and of course, be with her children who are quite small, Judge, and she'd like to be able to be out there and to help. I think she's there with her mother, but of course, she wants to be there with them.
What says the state?
Your Honor, we would be opposed to a bond reduction, given the nature of the offense, which is sexual assault of a child. We've made contact with the child victim as well as the mother, and they are very afraid of this individual coming out on bond, Judge. And if the court would be, I'm so sorry, Judge, to interrupt you, but if the court would be inclined to give her a bond, we would want a no contact order in place for her and her son. And that would be directly or indirectly, Judge.
And that, of
Raise your
course,
right
no
hand.
problem.
You swear to tell the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth so help you God? State your name.
Alicia Morales,
How old are you?
25,
What city do you live in?
Elsa, Texas.
Eh?
Elsa, Texas.
Are you related to the alleged victim? You can put your hand down.
No, Your Honor.
If you do make bond, we'll order no contact with the victim or the victim's family. That means no social media posts, no messages, no text messages, no contact. Do you understand me?
Yes,
With the victim or the victim's mother or anybody in their family. Is that clear?
yes, Your Honor.
We'll order a curfew, 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. You need to be home every day before 8 p.m. and don't leave the house before 7 a.m. unless you're reporting to work or probation. Other than that, you're staying home. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. Anything else, Ms. Martinez, on that case? Muted. You're muted.
I apologize, Judge. No, not in this case, Judge. That's all we have.
Okay, thank you. You don't have
Thank
anything
you.
else, right?
Judge, I have one other case.
Yes, you do. Okay, we're gonna call C 2945-24-M, State of Texas versus Julio Vasquez. You speak English, Mr. Vasquez? Mr. Vasquez, English or Spanish? Espanol? Your client is present. He's Spanish speaking. We just ask that you go slowly so that they can translate for us. You may
Yes, sir.
proceed.
Judge, my client is charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child. He was charged with this offense and arrested on January the 24th of 2024. I filed this writ based on Article 17.151. The court would take judicial notice that it's July the 1st of 2024. And I have not received any kind of indictment against my client. And as far as I know, he hasn't received anything either, Judge.
I read the complaint, and this says that the alleged happened back in 2019. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. What says the state on bond?
We would be opposed to a bond reduction, given the nature of the offense, just the fact that this defendant also has an ICE hold and he wouldn't be able to appear. There's insufficient information for him to appear back to court.
Any idea where they
Judges,
are
we
on the
know.
indictment? Hang on just a minute. Any idea where they are on the indictment, Veronica?
No, Judge, but I can send an email to Mr. Almaguer to see where we are and maybe just try to move this forward.
You aware that he had an ICE hold, Nerida?
Yes, Judge, I am aware. And for the record, I would point out that nowhere in Article 1.51 does it say that that protection does not apply for someone that has an ICE hold. He has been incarcerated he's coming on 7 months, and they've not done anything. And it's not until I filed this motion that now they want time to look into it. The protection granted to my client by the Constitution, by all these rules that we abide by, apply to him too. They give him that protection, and they've simply not moved on it. Why? I don't know. I'd hate to think that it's because, well, you know, he has an ice hole. He's not going anywhere. That's not right, and it violates his constitutional rights. I'd ask that the court follow that rule. If they want to move on it, I know Hidalgo County has access to their grand jury like really quick, and maybe they can do something. But I'd ask him being incarcerated for so long, Judge, I'd ask that he get a PR bond or very low so that he can make and get out, because this is for delay. The code is very specific. They've got 90 days, 90 days. We're going on 7 months.
Answer, your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name.
Julio Vasquez,
How old are you, Julio?
37.
37,
37?
37 going to 38.
What city do you live in?
Hola.
Donna, Texas.
I believe there was a protective order issued on this case, Ms. Martinez, by the magistrate. But I believe it's since has expired as of April 26th of this year. But I'm going to ask that he have no contact if he does make bond. We have no contact with the victim or the victim's family, which I believe is his family, if I'm not mistaken, reading the complaint. Sir, do you understand that there's an immigration hold on your case? You understand that? If you make bond, there's a good possibility that you will be deported. Do you understand that? Not show up to court at a later date, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that? Bond will be reduced, and I'm also asking that you have no contact with the victim or the victim's family. Do you understand that? Bond will be reduced to $10,000 cash surety. Anything else on that case, Nerida?
No, Judge. I guess just giving the court notice that if we don't hear soon about this, I'm gonna have to file another one, Judge. He can't make $10,000. He's been in there almost 7 months.
Okay,
Thank you,
all
Judge.
right,
That's all I
thank
have.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon.
Likewise.
Going to call C 2863-24-M, State of Texas versus Armando Ayala. Speak English, Mr. Ayala. Tracy Evans.
Judge Juan Zamora, I was retained on this case and substituted Miss Evans out. And we just hijacked her motion or her writ.
All right, your client is present. He does speak English. You may proceed.
Your Honor, Mr. Ayala's a U.S. citizen. He's got discharge, which is intoxicated assault causing bodily injury. I'm sorry, not intoxicated assault. It's accident causing bodily injury and a DWI. This one's set at $50,000, Your Honor. He's been in there, I want to say a little bit over a month. He can't make a $50,000 cash or surety. With speaking to the family and taking into account the bond on the DWI, the family can make anywhere between a $5,000 and $10,000 cash surety on this, including the DWI. He is from here. His family's from here. He's got ties to the community. And up until this case, Your Honor, he was gainfully employed. We're not sure if that job's still going to be there when he gets out. But we'd ask the court for either $5,000 or $10,000 cash surety on this, Judge.
Mr. Zamora, I'm not sure if you're aware, but he has 1, 2, 4 motions to revoke, 2 of them of which are DWIs. Which in reading the motions to revoke, doesn't seem that he's complied with any of the orders that were given on any of those cases. What says the state?
Your Honor, we would be opposed to a bond reduction. We have a total of 3 people that were injured. Like Your Honor correctly stated, he was already on probation for a DWI. He currently, he didn't abide by any of those conditions, and our office is actually looking into this case. It's probably a good probability that it will be changed into an intoxication assault case.
And Judge, and I would just add that if the court could give them the bond reduction, we can put them on AIP and have adequate conditions set forth, Your Honor, so you can comply.
Well, he had adequate conditions and he wasn't complying at all. From what I read on the motions to revoke, and it was on 2 DWIs, burglary of vehicle, and all of them alleged the same thing. He didn't, in addition to picking up these new charges, he was behind on his fees, has not done his community service hours, not taking his alcohol classes, not taking the victim impact class, not taking the theft offender program, not done any of the community service hours, not done any of the life skills classes that were ordered. Theft offender class, he's not complied with any of the conditions. No, I don't want to hear from you, sir. That's why you have an attorney. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Armando Ayala,
How old are you, sir?
27.
Where were you working?
Recently I usually work up north, but recently I came down to Writ. I've been working at a produce warehouse for the past 3 months as a machine operator.
What city do you live in?
Palm Beach 701 San Blas.
Who do you live with?
Just me and my dad.
If you are to make bonds, sir, I don't know why it wasn't ordered previously by the magistrate. I didn't see it, but if you do make bond, I'm gonna order that you install a portable device.
I have one.
I'm speaking. I'm gonna order that you install a portable device. You'll have 3 days upon your release to install that device. You're gonna have to blow on it from 8 to 10 in the morning, between the hours of 4 and 6 in the afternoon, and 10 to 12 every day until this case is resolved. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Probation will contact you regarding the device and where you can go get it installed. If you do not have it installed within the 3 days, we're gonna have a hearing to see why you didn't get it installed and why we shouldn't put you back in jail.
Understand.
We also have several motions to revoke, and I don't think there was bonds on those cases. So I don't believe you're gonna get out, even if I was to reduce your bond on this case. But due to the nature of the charge, the seriousness of the charge, the fact that he was already on probation for 2 DWIs and several other charges and has not been complying, this time I'm gonna deny any reduction on the felony DWI. I think that bond is sufficient to ensure the safety of the community. Anything else, Mr. Zamora?
That concludes my business, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May he take the ones that are ready?
Yeah, just don't, you may have a seat, sir. Yeah, you can have a seat. Yes, you can. Make sure you don't take the ones I have left over. Have a few. Next case we're gonna call is C 2943-24-C, State of Texas versus Reina. You speak English, Ms. Reina?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Reina is present. Mr. Nitch, this is your
Good afternoon.
motion. You may proceed.
Good afternoon, Judge. Ms. Rain has been detained on 2 charges, falsely holding oneself out as a lawyer, as well as tampering with government records. Total bond amount is $30,000. She's been in custody for 25 days now. Ms. Reyna is 42 years of age. She was born in McAllen, graduated from Valley View High School in 2000. She attended UTRGV, where she obtained a degree in electrical engineering. She's a single mother of a 14-year-old daughter. The daughter lives with the grandmother. Miss Reyna has a teaching certificate and has taught math in Sherryland, Idea, and Hidalgo school districts. She presently works as an assistant manager for the Circle K, where she makes about $12 an hour. She's a cancer survivor for over 10 years now and suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, severe depression, and anxiety. Your Honor, technically she has no criminal history, though I should tell the court that she has a pending charge of injury to a child, which originated about 9 months ago. Last month she was indicted on that case. She should be going in for arraignment, I think in the middle of July. Your Honor, our office was appointed about 9 months ago to represent Ms. Reyna on that injury to a child. And at that time, she had agreed to submit to screening for the mental health court. That process was initiated, but it was not complete due to, I believe, some miscommunication, misunderstanding by Ms. Reyna. And visiting with Ms. Reyna, I can tell the court that she is in a much better place now. She seems to understand and appreciate the mental health issues that she has. She acknowledges them and has agreed with me that she'll cooperate and seek help if she's released. Due to the nature of the charges, Your Honor, that are pending, underlying charges, and her history, lack of criminal history, Judge, requesting leniency from the court with respect to bond, specifically requesting $5,000 PR bonds on each count, with the condition that she attend counseling with Texas Tropical and comply with any prescribed treatment, and that she complete the screening process for the mental health court.
What says the state?
Your Honor, we would be opposed to a bond reduction given the nature of the offenses. And as Mr. Nitch correctly told the court, she does have an injury to a child. Those injuries are pretty bad, Judge. And in that case, they were trying to figure out if that 14-year-old was okay given the defendant's mental health issue. The defendant, there's an allegation that she was also intoxicated due to the nature of that victim, Judge, and safety of the community. We would be opposed to a bond reduction.
Victim in that other case, her child?
That's my understanding.
Correct, Judge.
She still have contact with that child? Pat, do you know?
Judge, as far as I know, I don't know how to, you can ask my client, Judge.
Okay, raise your right hand, ma'am. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the help you got?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Christina Reyna.
How old are you, Ms. Reyna?
I'm 41, to be 42 in August, sir.
Okay, what city do you live in?
Can you repeat that?
What city do you live in?
In Ann Arbor, Texas.
Who do you live with?
My brother, my brother,
How long have you lived there?
since last year.
Have the address?
Yes, sir.
You still employed? You still have your job?
From what I am aware of, I will be able to return back to work. I've been here 3 weeks.
Attorney's asking that you be released on a PR bond, which is your signature, with your promise that you will attend those counseling sessions with Tropical. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Is that your agreement?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the bond on each one of those charges, $5,000. With the condition that you attend counseling. If I get word back that you're not showing up over there to counseling, or that you're not participating in the mental health program, we will revoke those bonds and put you back in custody. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have contact information and address, Mr. Nitch?
Judge, I do not have her current address. I do have phone numbers where I can reach family members, but I do not have her address.
You have an address, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
4719 North Jackson Road, Edinburgh, Texas, 78541.
An apartment?
No, sir.
Right.
I do have a PO box address for mail.
Go ahead.
It's PO Box 2731, Edinburgh, Texas, 78540.
You get that, Mr. Nitch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, good luck to you, man. Make sure you comply with the order of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Nitch.
Thank you, Judge.
Gonna call C 2957-24-E, State of Texas versus Cesar Delgado. You speak English, Cesar?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Frank Lozano.
Mr.
Salgado.
Good afternoon. Mr. He's English speaking, correct?
That's
You may proceed, Mr.
Yes,
You
Your
may
Honor.
proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Salgado, he is a U.S. citizen, Your Honor. He was charged with the possession of controlled substance less than 1 gram, a state jail felony. Based on the PC statement, Your Honor, it does look like this might have been some residue. The weight was 0.06 on that methamphetamine. Mr. Salgado does live here in McAllen. He has lived here his whole life. He is currently homeless, but he cannot afford the $6,000 cash surety bond is currently set. So we are asking the court to reduce that to a $5,000 PR bond.
Says the state.
Your Honor, we'd be opposed to a bond and given the fact that this defendant has extensive history in different places.
Right answer. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? How old are you, sir? What's your name?
Cesar Salgado,
Sir, do you have family? Where were you born?
I'm from Chicago Heights, Illinois.
You have family here in Hidalgo County?
I have my mother and
Your mom lives in,
yes,
do you have contact with her
yes,
on a regular basis?
yes.
You don't live with her though?
Not currently. I was on my way to go with her because I just had came back from San Diego and I was on my way. I had just got off the Greyhound bus and I was on my way to go stay with her, but.
Do you have your mom's address?
Yes, it's 716 Eagle Avenue, Park, Texas, 78577.
Is that a house or apartment?
House.
If you get out on bond, sir, you need to stay in contact with your attorney. You're gonna have to show up at a later date at the courthouse to take care of this case. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
We'll go ahead and reduce the bond to $5,000 PR. Stay in contact. This was with your signature. You will be released. As soon as you get out, contact your attorney. Make sure he has all your contact information. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not leave the county.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Go ahead and see.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Anything else?
No, that's all,
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
We're gonna call C 2977-24-L, State of Texas versus Alejandro Torres. Speak English, Mr. Torres? Yes, sir. Come on up here, please. Yes, sir. Veronica Sepulveda Martinez.
Good
there you are. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. My client is charged with 3 counts of obstruction or retaliation. Those bonds are currently set at $15,000 cash or surety each. And speaking with my client, he receives disability. He has very little money to put towards a bond, just a few $100s, Your Honor.
What says the state?
Your Honor, the state's in agreement to reduce the 3 obstruction charges to $5,000 cash or surety each.
Sir, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir. What's your name? Alex Torres. How old are you, sir? I'm 42. What city do you live in? McAllen, Texas. You rent or own? You put your hand down. Okay.
Couple questions, also, Rooster, and,
I'm gonna go into the facts. So just, do you have someplace to live if you get out of here?
yes, sir, I'm, my mom, waiting for me, she's gonna bump me up today. She,
What city does she live in?
McAllen, Texas.
You know her address?
1200 West Lolana Avenue, apartment 139. She's gonna bump me up today, she has my money. Just waiting for her to get recluse from home, so to bump me up still with 8 to go.
What's apartment numbers?
139.
McAllen, you said, right?
Yes, sir, she's gonna bump me up today.
Okay, bond will be reduced. You understand? This is just to get you out of jail, so you're gonna have to report to the courthouse at a later date to take care of these cases. You understand that?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Bond will be reduced to $2,500 cash surety on each case, so $2,500 times 3.
That's what said?
Talk to a bondsman, I don't know what they're gonna charge you. You can work that out with them. It's $2,500 totals, be $7,500. You and your attorney talk to the bondsman and see what they charge you. Normally, it's 10 to 15%, but I can't control that.
Your Honor, contact.
That's it. You can have a seat.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Veronica, we did have another case set
Yes.
today with Troy Travis Zamora C 0973-24-E. He wants to report to the jail at 1:30. We went out there and checked at 2 o'clock and he has not reported. Have you had
Yes,
any
sir.
contact with him?
I did make contact with him last week when I was notified by the court. We did instruct him he needed to be there at 1:30. We sent him a follow-up reminder today via text and he did not respond, Your Honor. Haven't had any contact with him today.
What says the state?
Your Honor, the state would request Your Honor to forfeit those bonds, Judge, and take them into custody.
We had several hearings on this individual. It's on a DWI. He was not complying. As far as missed tests on the DWI, on the alcohol ignition interlock device or the portable, I've got several reports that we provided to defense counsel and the state back in April, again in May. We were here last week on this individual. I've got 2 individuals from probation here, Randy Garza and Eric Carvajal with probation. He did report to probation last week. My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, he was drug tested and came back positive for, looks like, alcohol, cocaine, and opiates and benzos. Is that correct, Ms. Garza?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. He was notified to be here. We will be forfeiting the bond and taking him into custody. We can get him in here. We'll get him in. All right. Thank you, Ms. Fuller.
Your Honor, may I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
The last case we're going to call is C 2951-24-C, State of Texas versus Jesus Alva. You speak English, Mr. Alva? Yes, sir. Mr. Ivan, your client is present. He's English speaking.
Yes,
You may
Judge.
proceed.
Judge, my client's 43 years old. He's a lifelong resident of San Juan. He does have some serious charges. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Judge, that we feel are beyond his capability of paying. He's got 2 manual delivery at 100,000, a possession at 30,000, another possession at 75,000. And then he has another possession at 20,000 and an aggravated robbery at 50,000. And then lastly, the murder charge at 5 million, Judge, which is egregious in violation of the 8th Amendment. My client is asking me for a bond that he can reasonably make, and any conditions that the court imposes, we do not object.
What says the state?
Your Honor, given the nature of the offenses, we would be opposed to a bond reduction. This defendant is at least a repeater. He was out on bond for a misdemeanor assault just recently. on a POM in May of 2014. He has a possession charge, multiple felony drug offenses, aggravated robbery, and then that murder charge.
Raise your right hand, sir. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. State your name a little louder. How old are you, sir?
43 years old.
Where were you born? Married? You married?
Divorced.
You have children?
No, sir.
You have a job?
Yes, sir. I have a CDL.
I can't hear you.
I got a CDL. I truck. I'm a truck driver.
Very serious charges before the court. They're not all out of the same transaction, correct?
Correct, Judge. So different
Correct.
We just gonna go through the list here. Count one is listed in your motion, the manufacturing delivery charge. Bond will be reduced to $50,000 cash surety. Count two, the possession controlled substance, bond will be reduced to $15,000 cash surety. Count three, the manufacturing delivery charge, bond will be reduced to $50,000 cash surety. Count four, the possession, bond will be reduced. I'm just going by the way he has it on his motion. Yeah. The possession charge, currently set at 75, will be reduced to $40,000 cash surety. Count five, the murder charge. $40,000 cash surety.
What was that, Judge? It broke off.
1 million cash surety. Count six, the possession would be reduced from $20,000 to $10,000 cash surety. And the aggravated robbery bond will be reduced from $50,000 to $25,000 cash surety. No contact with any of the alleged victims if you do make bond, sir, or the victims' families. Anything else, Mr. Ortegon?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right. All right, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. We've got one more case, set C 2936-24-H versus Javier Gallegos. That's the one that was at the courthouse. This individual, Ms. McMahon, was set for a hearing in the 92nd District Court this morning. They took him and they hadn't brought him back by the time we started. I don't see Mr. Jorge Munoz on the screen. Do you have any contact or any recommendation on that case?
On this case, Javier Gallegos, I show that we are okay to agree to a PR bond.
Really? Okay. Wow.
I don't know, see.
All right. Well, he's not here at the time, neither is Mr. Munoz. We'll reach out to his office and we'll take a look at it, another look at it. But the state's agreement to a PR bond?
Is this on Judge?
On which one?
On Javier Gallegos?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, Judge, that's what, those are my orders.
Okay. All right. That's all we have for this afternoon. Thank you for your help. Mr. Carvajal, Brandy, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.